The story begins with Oscar, a 19-year-old who stands apart from his peers. While most guys his age are chasing fleeting flings, Oscar is deeply immersed in French literature, particularly the provocative philosophies of Voltaire and Rousseau. He is strikingly handsome, possessing a sophisticated charm and a fluent command of French that makes him the obsession of every girl at his boarding school. Yet, he finds them tragically immature. When Thanksgiving break arrives, Oscar boards a train home with his best friend. A stunning girl from his school approaches him, practically throwing herself at him for a date, but Oscar politely declines. His friend is baffled. She's the most desired girl on campus. Oscar simply scoffs, admitting he's drawn to the depth of older, experienced women. He confesses he's already in love with someone and plans to win her heart over the break. Upon arriving home, Oscar is greeted by his father, a university professor, and his stepmother, Eve. Eve is a brilliant cardiologist who married Oscar's father after his mother passed away. To the world, she is his guardian. To Oscar, he watches her every move, the way her professional attire hugs her curves, the elegance of her stride, and the intelligence in her eyes. His desire for her isn't just intellectual. It's a burning, physical obsession. That night, during a welcoming party, Oscar's father tries to set him up with a girl his age. Oscar ignores her, his eyes locked on Eve as she moves through the room. Also at the party is Eve's best friend, Diane, a bold and earthy massage therapist who lives life with no inhibitions. Later, Oscar's father insists he drive the young girl home. After dropping her off and rejecting her advances, Oscar feels heavy. He's desperate for Eve but feels miles away from her. He heads to a local bar using a fake ID and drowns his tension in whiskey. Stumbling out into the cold night, he runs into Diane. Seeing him wasted, she takes him back to her apartment to sober him up. In the dim light of her studio, Diane tells him he needs to relax. She instructs him to strip down, and as she begins to massage his back with warm oil, the atmosphere shifts. Oscar is intoxicated and vulnerable. Diane is captivated by his youthful, toned physique. The friction of the massage turns into a heated, primal encounter. In his drunken haze, Oscar projects his feelings for Eve onto Diane, losing himself in a night of raw, unbridled passion. The next morning, the harsh sunlight brings instant regret. Oscar finds himself in Diane's bed, feeling like he has betrayed his own ideals. He tries to sneak out but runs into Diane's boyfriend in the hallway. A tense moment follows, but Diane plays it off as a professional session. Oscar returns home, his mind racing. He can't shake the image of Eve, and the guilt from the night before only fuels his desperation to claim her. He decides to surprise Eve at her clinic with lunch. When he arrives, the tension is palpable. He asks her why the heart is the symbol of love, his voice low and heavy with subtext. Eve, ever the doctor, speaks of anatomy, but Oscar leans in closer, his gaze lingering on her lips, trying to bridge the gap between son and lover. The tension culminates at a group dinner with his father and Diane. Diane, fueled by wine and jealousy, begins flirting with Oscar in French, knowing the others can't understand. She describes their night together in graphic, poetic detail right in front of them. Panicked, Oscar follows her to the restroom to make her stop. Diane pins him against the wall, her hands wandering, trying to reclaim the heat from the night before. Oscar's father catches the tail end of the encounter. The truth starts to leak out. Later, when Eve confronts him about Diane, the dam breaks. Oscar confesses everything. He tells her he slept with Diane only because she reminded him of her. "I love you, Eve. Not as a mother, but as a woman," he breathes, his voice trembling with suppressed lust and longing. Eve doesn't scream. She looks at him with a mix of pity and cold realization. She explains that his love is a cocktail of grief, hormones, and literary fantasy. She firmly rejects him, drawing a hard line that snaps Oscar back to reality. The rejection is a cold shower for his soul. He realizes he was chasing a ghost of a woman who never viewed him as an equal. By the time the break ends, Oscar has matured through the pain of his own mistakes. At the station, he asks Eve for forgiveness, finally seeing her as a person rather than a prize. On the train back to school, he encounters the girl from the beginning. She quotes Voltaire, "If we don't find something pleasant, we will at least find something new." Oscar looks at her, really looks at her, and realizes that life isn't found in the dusty pages of old books or forbidden obsessions, but in the possibilities of the present. As the train speeds away, he smiles, finally ready to grow up.